It should have been one of the greatest nights of my life. It should have been the night where we all remembered Daniel Bryan winning the WWE World Heavyweight Championship. And for a good part of the night, we all thought that was going to be the only thing we're going to remember from this pay-per-view. The only thing. But then, they did it. And if you don't know what I'm talking about, click off this video now. But if you are a wrestling fan or a part-time wrestling fan, it's going to play a big part about this video. Stay tuned because I have a lot to say. There are 4 certainties. Well, now 3, but there were 4 certainties about this life that I would thought were true and would never, ever end. You live, you pay taxes, you die, and The Undertaker stays undefeated at WrestleMania and never loses. I was pumped today. You saw the video yesterday. I was pumped for WrestleMania 30. Daniel Bryan was finally going to realize his lifelong dream. Win at WrestleMania. Beat the Authority. And then be on top of the world. The wrestling world. And it was going to be glorious. And it is. I'm not taking anything away from that. I'm so proud of Bryan Danielson. Daniel Bryan. Whatever you want to call him, the best in the world, has finally taken his rightful place atop the WWE landscape where he belongs. But something happened earlier in that night that just drained all the excitement out of my face and just catapulted me and every WWE fan into a realm they never thought possible. The Undertaker, if you don't know, is one of the most prolific and arguably one of the greatest WWE superstars of all time. He was undefeated at WrestleMania, was being the key word, and lost tonight. Now, I know wrestling is predetermined, and I know that Undertaker had to lose eventually. That's not the problem. I'm okay with the streak being over. I'm okay with Undertaker losing at WrestleMania and giving the rub to a younger guy, a guy that will take that ending the streak credibility and become one of the biggest megastars of this generation and above, because he's the only guy that could ever defeat The Undertaker at the grandest stage of them all. Where I don't, and a lot of people will agree with me on this one, I don't agree with the fact that they gave it to Brock Lesnar. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm a big fan of Lesnar. He's the reason I got into MMA, and he's a fantastic athlete. I think he's one of the most underrated guys on the roster and one of the most athletic human beings on this planet. I don't take anything away from Brock Lesnar. It's not his fault that he won this match, and it's not the WWE's fault. It's not anyone's fault that this happened. Taker is getting older. He wants to give up the mantle to a new person, and he decided that Brock Lesnar was that guy to upend the streak and build to the future. The thing is, this doesn't give Brock Lesnar anything. Even though he beat the streak, even though he ended it, it doesn't do anything for him. He's probably going to leave next year for UFC again, and none of this is going to matter. Now, I could be wrong, and they could pull something where he stays in the WWE forever and never leaves, and I'm wrong about this. But he's left before. He's probably going to leave again, and it just blows my mind that they ended the streak on such a sour note. The match wasn't that good to begin with, and then you have the streak end, and the place got silent. My dad's house was silent. There was not a peep to be heard. And that's how much impact Undertaker has had on this business, and the streak has had in people's lives. You're probably asking me, Zach, why do you care about this so much? Why do you care about a predetermined streak that's been in the works for years, and they probably knew they were going to end it today? I can't give you a good answer. I really can't. It's been a part of my childhood. Every WrestleMania I look forward to, Undertaker's going to win, and that's something I can look forward to. I always know that's going to be there when WrestleMania rolls around. Now that it's done, what do I have to look forward to every WrestleMania? Yeah, one of my guys, Daniel Bryan, won the World Heavyweight title, but there was a bigger impact that the streak ended. If you're going to end the streak, have it the last match at Mania. Have it built up to where you really think Brock was going to end it. Nobody thought so. Nobody thought that's why. I think that's why they did it. The fact that it was so unexpected and nobody knew it was going to happen. No one predicted Brock Lesnar was going to beat The Undertaker and defeat the streak. They all looked surprised in that arena. Heyman, Brock, Taker, I think it was a last minute thing, if anything. I think Taker just was like, beat me, end the streak, I can't do this anymore. With all that said, I understand why they did it. I understand Taker can't perform at a high level anymore. And I understand that he doesn't want to have to deal with the fact that he's undefeated. He wants to give it to a younger guy, and he wants to build for the next generation. And I respect the hell out of him for all he's done in this business. So thank you, Taker, so much for everything you've done, for every great WrestleMania match you've had, for every great moment you've given us as fans. If this is your last match, thank you for everything, and you are arguably the greatest of all time, arguably the greatest gimmick of all time, and you've kept things together for the last 20 years, which nobody thought anybody could. Nobody has been on top as much as you've been, and stayed on top, and stayed relevant, and I thank you for all the great moments that you've given me over the years, and giving me something to look forward to at WrestleMania. Now that we got that out of the way, let's say how good WrestleMania actually was. WrestleMania was very, very, very good. It was probably the best WrestleMania in a long time. And I went to last year's WrestleMania, which was not that good, but there was an amazing match, Undertaker versus Punk. But this match WrestleMania was very, very, very good. Started out with Bryan and Triple H in a fantastic contest. Then you had The Shield dominating in their match. Then you had Cesaro winning the Andre the Giant Battle Royal. It blew my mind. They turned him face. And then you had Cena and Wyatt having a very weird match, and Cena pinning him, which I figured it was going to happen. And then you had Taker versus Brock, the Divas Battle Royal, and then the final match where Daniel Bryan won the WWE World Heavyweight title. And it was a fantastic cap to a very interesting and good evening. Okay, so that's been my longest video to date. I'm sorry that it's another wrestling video. I don't do these often, but I got a couple requests actually from a couple friends saying, Zach, do a video, Undertaker lost, what do you think? That's what I thought. I want to thank you guys for watching. Subscribe. That was a Facebook notification. Subscribe to my channel. Comment. If you watch WrestleMania, how did you think of it? Comment below, let me know. What do you want me to talk about tomorrow? Give this video a thumbs up, and I will see you guys tomorrow. I love you. Good night.